5 jobs in a year. If I didn't land that first job, what am I doing here? It's one season to the other with uncertainty. Believe in yourself, do what you have to do, embrace every moment, as difficult and as ridiculous as it sounds. Don't dwell so much on the fact that you don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to take this bull by the horn and do what I have to do. Don't be sentimental when you have to leave and develop yourself and get something better. If you get a fixed term contract, go for it. Even if it's 3 months, do it. Even if it's 4 months, do it. But as a marketer that I am, I killed it. I'll say it's very important to build a community of friends, build a community of people that you have their back, they have your back. I actually felt like, you know what, I'm actually going to go back home. I want to go back to Lagos. Hi sweeties, welcome to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my experiences so far living in London for a year now. So basically this is like an update video on how things have been since I came here last year till now, and I would basically be talking about how I transitioned from the university life to the corporate world, to adulting, to growing up, to whatever you want to call it. So from this side to that side. So for context, I left Nigeria last year in March and then I moved to England, and initially I wasn't going to come to London because I was just thinking about how difficult it might have been to settle here, like, you know, basically what people had said on, oh, you know, going into London without so much of experience might not be the best thing. And let me tell you guys something. Believe in yourself, do what you have to do, and hold on to your family and your close friends tight. As much as it was exciting and I enjoyed the process and I was trusting the process, there were some times that I actually was giving up and I actually felt like, you know what, I'm actually going to go back home. I want to go back to Lagos. But then it's one of those things whereby it's your first time doing it, it's your first time being in this, I would say, season of your life. So it might be a bit scary, the uncertainty, you're not so sure, and you're seeing people that have accomplished things and have developed themselves, and you're just like, you know, you don't really know how difficult or how easy it was for them. But then on the other hand, you experiencing your own story or that particular season, only you can truly understand how it feels. And it's one thing for you to like see people that have gone through the same process you're going through and just feel like, you know, when is my own time going to happen? But one thing I'll say for sure is just keep going. Like, some days you might feel like you're literally crawling to get to the finish line. Some days you feel like you're sprinting through. So I would say just embrace every moment, as difficult and as ridiculous as it sounds. Just embrace every moment of change in whatever season you're in. So without further ado, let's start from the beginning. For context, I finished my postgraduate in 2022 in September, and then I went back to Nigeria. I wanted to just go back and relax because I didn't have any gap here. So I told my parents that, you know, I just want to come home and just relax and chill. And they were like, yeah, you should, like, you know, before you go back to England full time. So I was in Nigeria for like 5-6 months, and then I came back March 2023, guys. I'll say it was mixed feelings. I was excited to start a new chapter. I was, you know, looking forward to different things, but at the same time I was a bit nervous and scared because I didn't know what to expect. I've never done this before. I'm going from university into the real world. So, you know, as much as you might watch videos or read things about transitioning, it's different when you're actually in that process, right? So for me, it was like, I'm just going to take this bull by the horn and do what I have to do. As my mom always calls me, a firefighter. So I had to bring out the firefighting skills in me, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. So I came in March and I stayed with Chubby, my sister, for a couple of months just before I got my own place and got a full-time job and was able to start developing myself from there. So one thing I'll say is family. Family will always come through for you. Staying there for a couple of months really helped me mentally, financially, emotionally. Like, I didn't feel like I just went to a different space and I was just alone. No, I didn't feel that way. Also financially, I was able to save because I started working part-time. Now, going into the part-time jobs I was doing then, I worked in retail. I honestly didn't want to work in the food industry because as someone who already cooks, sometimes I get overwhelmed when I have orders and I'm cooking for my own self. So I was just like, I didn't want to be in that space. But I would say go for whatever you want. Some people would rather work in the food industry. Some people would rather work in the hospitality industry. Some people would rather work in the health industry. So it depends on what industry you want to work in, right? I think I'll do a separate video on like how to get part-time jobs in the UK and the kind of skills they're looking for, how to write your CV, you know, just tips and tricks on how to get your first part-time job when you come here. That would be very helpful, if not for yourself, for like someone you know that would need it. So my first job, I worked at an American company that used to do shoes. I mean, if you know the company. But yeah, and I would say it was interesting. Like, it was my first time working in retail like that. I had worked in Primark when I was doing my postgraduate, so I had the experience of working in the retail industry, but working in a footwear company was totally different. This one, you have to like go out, talk to customers, like on the shop floor, not outside the store. So you have to like be an extrovert, you have to be open to talking to people, starting conversations, and it's those kind of jobs that work on a commission base. So the more shoes you sell, you get added commission to your take home. And that experience was eye-opening. I learned so much about myself. I saw how resilient I was, because sometimes it was difficult to like talk to people and give them reasons as to why they have to buy a particular item. But as a marketer that I am, I killed it. To be fair, I didn't stay in that retail job for so long. I was doing interviews on the side, trying to get a full-time role in marketing or social media, and also applying to other retail companies, because I would say it kind of got a bit stressful. It was a bit tedious for me, and I wanted to do something that, you know, would be a bit more relaxed. So I wanted to work in an environment that would be a bit more relaxed. So I decided to apply to another American clothing store, but this time it was just full clothing. And that experience was actually really nice. Like, I enjoyed going to work. It was a nice environment. If you're an OG on my Instagram, you know that I wear their jeans a lot. Like, when I was there, I think I bought like 4 pairs of jeans, and I absolutely love them. I even want to get more again. But yeah, so if you know the company, another thumbs up for you. But yeah, so working there was nice. The pay was better than the one I was at previously. So sometimes don't be sentimental when you have to leave and develop yourself and get something better, right? Like, the pay was actually much better than where I was before, than the footwear brand. So I was so happy that I went there, even if I wasn't doing as many hours in a day, but in a week I was doing more than I was doing in that other place, if that makes sense. So in a day you do like 4 or 5 hours, but then over the week you could do like 24 hours, maybe 30 hours some weeks, it depends, right? So I had a good time. It was relaxed, it wasn't too stressful, I wasn't tired after work. And during this time, that's when I started house hunting. Guys, house hunting in this country, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. I can tell you that one for free. It's not for the weak. It was crazy. Like, I saw many places, I met crazy people. Guys, the same way that you're trying to get something, the same way landlords and agents are trying to get something from you too. Like, and one thing I'll say is patience is actually a virtue. Patience is the key, a key. Sharp patience is important, because just before I got this place, I actually was like, I was just going to settle for one other place I saw, because I was like, what are the chances I'll get somewhere? Let me just settle for one of them. I kid you not, I came here on a Friday. By Sunday I had moved in. Yeah, it was that fast. Like, patience is very important. It seemed like, you know, job hunting, house hunting at the same time. Which one am I going to get first? Let me tell you this, just do one first, settle one first. If you're going to get a job first, get a job, then you can find an accommodation. If you're going to get accommodation first, do that, then get a job. But trying to do those two things at the same time, I mean, it's not impossible, but I can tell you that it can be very stressful. It can be draining at times. So I would suggest you just key your energy into one or the other. So I finally got this place, and I was still working at that American store. I was like, okay, now that I'm settled in my own place, I'll be more calm to actually put in enough energy into job hunting. So I started again, and then I got my first marketing job in this country. Guys, I was over the moon. But the sad part was, it was a fixed term contract, so it wasn't a permanent role. So I knew that at some point it was going to come to an end. And let me tell you, that job, that fixed term contract, actually paved the way for this job that I am working at right now. So another tip is, if you get a fixed term contract, go for it. Even if it's 3 months, do it. Even if it's 4 months, do it, because the difference that job will make on your CV is unimaginable. So I started working there, and I enjoyed myself. I had a blast. Like, it was such a lovely experience, because I was doing what I wanted to do. I was doing what I was gifted in. Social media, editing, marketing, I was just so happy, right? And then obviously the job came to an end. Before the job ended, another tip, I started job hunting, okay? So it's not like the job ended and I started job hunting. No, sometimes you want that cover up, right? But I unfortunately didn't get the cover up that I wanted. It wasn't as smooth as I would have expected, right? So I kept job hunting. I had a couple of interviews. I was doing a lot of tasks for interviews. Obviously social media marketing, so people want to see what can you do, like what's your portfolio like, and you know, so I was doing that. It wasn't really going so well. I took a break from it, started gymming again, you know, just to take my mind off it, because I started to get overwhelmed, right? So in the meantime I said, you know what, I'm going to do another part-time job. So I went into retail again. So the retail job I got after doing the fixed term marketing contract was at an all men's clothing wear company. I don't even know if I said that right, but we only do menswear, right? So I was working there, and this time around I didn't do part-time, I did full-time, guys. So 8 hours. I was drained. Like, as much as it wasn't so easy to do, I'm happy that I did it because I was able to save money from that job. Like, it was really good. The experience, I met lovely people. The environment was very nice, conducive, but the thing is, I didn't see myself growing a career in retail, so obviously I had to continue job hunting. I continued job hunting, and then I landed this role that is permanent and is full-time, and I'm so happy about that. So just looking back, I'm seeing myself transition from when I came in March till now, and I would say, wow, in a year, I literally worked first retail, the second one, fixed term contract, this third retail, and then this one. 5 jobs in a year. Guys, like, I would have never guessed that I'll be able to, you know, keep it going like that. At some point I just felt like, if I didn't land that first job, what am I doing here? Let me go back home. Do you understand? But like, I had to keep pushing. I had to give my all. And yeah, that's basically my job history so far, I would say. And right now I work as a brand and marketing executive, so big purr. I don't even know what that was, but yeah, I'm really happy about it, and I'm excited to see my career grow in marketing and, you know, see what the years to come have to offer. Now, the third aspect, making friends. I'm one person that, as much as I love to talk to people, meet people, it's not that easy for me to make friends. Why am I saying so? I'm always so hesitant. I'm always like, how is it going to go? How's this person like, you know? But then the thing is, if you don't jump at it, how are you going to know? Like, in life, you have to jump at stuff to know, okay, this is what would happen. If it doesn't really go as planned, fine, you know that you tried, right? I'm really happy that I've made good friends since I came here, and most of my friends I've made are actually from my sisters, right? And I'm happy because it's kind of like family away from home, or family away from family, if you get what I mean. Like, the way we all are, our personalities, you know, how everybody makes each other feel, like, it's just, it gives that community vibe, and that's something that isn't really in this country, if I'm being very honest. As much as I'm a citizen of this country, I wouldn't say that the community in this country is, you know, as strong. I would say it's very important to build a community of friends, build a community of people that you have their back, they have your back. That's something that is very helpful. There's sometimes that I would feel down, or, you know, when I was going through that whole process, and we might just have a games night, I'll be so happy, I'm excited, you know, I feel better than how I felt when I got there. So it's just little things like that that I would say are very important. As minute as it might seem, it actually plays a huge role in like how you feel, and with how you feel, it affects your productivity, it affects your output. Do you understand? So it's very important that you feel good so that you can actually be good, right? I'll just say so many interesting things have happened with family, with friends, my own self, so many achievements, accomplishments. I know that at some point I would want to continue my food business, and I'm also practicing my baking, and I'm just trying to develop myself, multiple streams of income, grow, just see what life actually has to offer. Because I feel like when you're in university, when you're in school, you already know the pattern as to how things are going to play. You know, okay, after spring semester we have fall, after fall we have, do you understand? But then this one is one season to the other with uncertainty. You don't really know what's going to happen. Do you get? Like, so I would say don't dwell so much on the fact that you don't know what's going to happen. I would say dwell on what you're doing now, dwell on what you've been able to achieve, think about where you want to go, make active plans, and be active and actually go for what you want. Don't be scared, don't be timid. Just open yourself up like a flower, basically, and take in all the air, taking everything beautiful. This country, I know that it's quite easy to get a bit lonely or feel a bit sad or down, but once in a while go for walks. I did a lot of walking. I would say I actually used to walk a lot, watch things. Sometimes I just randomly go to the cinema to just watch a movie. Not like I don't like watching movies in my house on my laptop, but like just to get out there. I also went on solo dates, go to a cafe, get something to eat, and romanticize your life. Basically, that's what I'll say. Romanticize your life, document moments. Even if you're not documenting to post on social media, document for yourself and just be happy, and just, I'll say, appreciate every season of your life that you experience. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's not easy to say. It's not even something that is easy for me to do, but I'm saying so because nothing lasts forever. You're not going to be in that sad space forever. You're not going to be job hunting forever. You're not going to be house hunting forever. You're not going to be struggling to make friends forever. I know that it can be very difficult to make friends in this country as a grown-up. Like, everybody has their own groups, everybody has their experiences. People knew each other from school, from church, or whatever activity it is. So it might be hard for you to like plug yourself in there, but just try. It doesn't hurt trying, so just try. And yeah, that's basically my 1 year update so far, and I'm really happy about how things have been so far. Even if there are moments where I was a bit down, I'm happy that time has gone, I've overcome it, I've moved on from it, and it only get better from here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll be sure to do a video on job hunting, things to look out for part-time and for full-time. Part-time just for people that are going to be coming over, or people that are already here. I'm struggling with getting a part-time job in retail, hospitality, or healthcare. And then full-time for people that actually want to start a career. But the full-time one, I'll basically be tailoring it to like social media marketing, because that's my own area of expertise. But I definitely will give general tips that can help you in whatever industry or sector you're going into, just not necessarily social media and marketing. So stay tuned for those videos on my channel, and you guys will see me later. Stay safe. I love you guys. Bye, sweeties. What am I even saying, safe? So the retail job I eventually got was at an all menswear clothing brand, and I don't know what these people are building. Like, the day I decided to do a sit down video, what was all this noise?